Good morning, warriors. There we go. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy soon-to-be Thanksgiving. Turkey, pumpkin pie, apple pie, salads, whatever you like. All right, guys, I'm Coach JB.
Kevin, anytime.
Welcome to our show. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we go live at 7:30 a.m. We got content for days for you guys. We got YouTube videos. We got podcasts. We got global private groups you can join to get to know and like and trust us. So today I want to go a little bit deeper on the YouTube video that I did around preemptive programming. So we're just talking to our Warrior Academy about this. And I want to start the conversation. That's what this is all about. It's about answering questions. So please ask any question you would like. I'm not going to go too deep into it because we went a little more prescriptive with our Warrior Academy. But I want to talk to you about the stages of preemptive programming. And I want to talk to you and give you peace of mind that this has been happening for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Preemptive programming is part of our society, right? So basically the way you grew up is preemptive programming. The TV shows you watch as a kid is preemptive programming. This YouTube channel is preemptive programming. The stuff that you see on a daily basis, the stuff that you see on your phone, on your social media, on the news, at work, the conversations, the visuals, the pictures you have up in your house, the colors you have in your house are all programming you towards a certain physical construct of your reality. Now, how do you prove that, right? So let me walk you through 3 stages that I went through on my YouTube channel, and I'll answer any questions if you guys have any questions for me. So let's talk about our society specifically, right? So when I grew up, we didn't have cell phones. We got beepers when I was like in 8th or 9th grade. So first thing is they put this little tiny box on our hip, right? So that was really cool. So we were talking about this with our academy is that before you would call your girlfriend or boyfriend, right? And you would say, hey, are you home? Or they're not home. It would ring and ring and ring. You get frustrated. You would leave a message on their answering machine. Then you go knock on their door. We had to develop patience. We had to have patience. If you didn't have patience, you were screwed, right? And so we would go knock on their door. If they weren't home, we'd come back. If we knocked on the door and they're home, you'd be invited in for dinner. Then all of a sudden we got a beeper. So we were able to get a hold of people quicker, right? So the attention gap shortened up a little bit. It was like, okay, now I called you and then I paged you and you didn't call me back. So now it's like you didn't call me back, right? Then you move to technology that you held in your hand. That was the first stage. So you now have this phone where you can call somebody while you're walking around, while you're on the way to their house now, right? So the disconnect became a little bit deeper because now I don't have to show up to your house and knock on your door. I can actually call you on my flip phone, or it was a big brick phone, then a flip phone. I go, all right, hey, Kev, what's up? How you doing? Where are you going to be at? We could set a time to schedule, right? So we still had a pretty good attention span, you know, going in the 90s. 80s was about 30 minutes. So think about that. We had beepers when it was 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden we went from a flip phone and then we actually put a computer on here. And then we didn't even have to sit at our computer. We can actually start to track each other. We could look at locations. We could send you a map. We could put our social media on here. And so now we're like this, right? And so now I don't even have to go see Kev because Kev is showing me his whole life on the phone. I get to see that he's at Disneyland with his family, and I get to see all the pictures that he's posting on there. And so we got a little bit removed from reality. So we went from a physicality reality of me actually getting to see Kev in his pictures and him coming and share with me, hey, so we're going through the Kodak film and we're going through, wow, that looks really cool. And he gets to explain the pictures to me and what's happening to me actually seeing his life and the way he wants to portray his life, right? So then we go from that, then we get reality shows. So now we have reality shows. You have technology in your hand. You are now seeing a false construct of reality. And then they move you to wearable technology, okay? So now you're at wearable technology. Now you have an Apple Watch. And we all rushed out to get those Apple Watch because you want to be the coolest person on the block. I got to have the Apple. I've never gotten one before, but you got to have the Apple Watch. I remember when my kids were like, let me get an Apple Watch. I was like, hell no. And so you got an Apple Watch where you talk and text into your phone, right? Then you got the Alexa because we're too lazy to get up and actually change the TV or change the air, or we're too lazy to look up what the weather is. That's truth, right? So we go, hey, Alexa, what's the weather? Hey, Alexa, play Jay-Z song. Hey, Alexa, give me the directions. I don't have an Alexa, so I don't know what it does, but I'm assuming. Hey, Siri. Okay. Example,
Good morning,
right?
Mac. How can I help?
She called me Mac. Mac Daddy, what's up? Who's Mac, Siri? Anyways, so then you start talking to your phone.
Maxwell George Max Schneider, better known by the mononym Mac.
Stop it, Siri. Okay, so that's an example right there, right? So I can just talk to Siri. She'll come up and have a conversation with me. Okay, so now you have wearable technology. It's crazy. You have wearable technology, but a lot of you are like, no, I'm not programmed. I'm not controlled. I have control of my mind. And just like me, you're walking around with this on your head. Okay, so now the system that's been built, your financial system, your house, your car, your technology grid was built on old archaic systems. So they're moving you to what's called the smart grid now. The smart grid connects everything at the speed of light. Everything, it's a two-way communication instead of a one-way input. So instead of just having a line of technology that goes into your house that turns on your lights, it doesn't work that way anymore. There has to be a loop, a connection, right? So your thermostat has to connect to the phone has to connect to you, the phone. So now you're moving into phase 3. Now here's where I'm gonna stop and share with you what preemptive programming is. You've slowly and methodically been trained to get used to this because you've seen it in movies, you've seen it in Terminator, you've seen it in The Matrix, you've seen it in Ready Player One, you've seen it in reality shows, you've seen it in TV shows, you've seen it in Back to the Future. Whether you believe it or not, you've seen it over and over and over and over and over again in your kids. You saw Knight Rider, right? Talking car. Think about this. It gets put into your subconscious mind. And now where you're moving to is a new fourth industrial revolution, okay? The new quantum financial system, a new financial system. And you're moving into technology that can be inputted into you. That already exists, okay? So you got the smart grid. Then you have Neuralink that already has invented technology. This is Elon Musk, has invented technology that can get attached to the brain. And I could just be sitting here and I could think, Google, find Postino's restaurant, and it pops up. They built it for people, which is great for neurological diseases, to connect the body when the brain's not communicating with the legs so people can walk. Technology can be used for great things. But on the other hand, warriors, if you lose control of your mind that God created for you, the most powerful supercomputer in the world, you've lost control of everything. So what we've created is a society that is afraid of discomfort. Do you know where growth comes from? From suffering, from learning, from being uncomfortable. Do you realize that if we don't, as warriors, continue to make ourselves uncomfortable because they're making us more and more comfortable, that you are going to live a very sad, depressed, scared life? Guys, having everything handed to you is not a good thing. From my opinion, having everything handed to you is not a good thing. You must create your own discomfort. But let me share with you how our brains think. So for 9 years, I've been questioning everything when I was in the banking system. When I went through executive banking school, I started to question everything. Where does the money come from? Why do banks do this? Why do we actually give people so many loans that they can't afford? Why is credit so important? And I understood economics at a very, very deep level. I had an amazing tutor, our CFO. And he taught me economics. And I just went down the rabbit hole, and I went deep down the rabbit hole. And I started to look futuristically and say, okay, if we're moving here, I'm making my moves 5 years ahead. And we started making moves 5 years ahead, thinking about, I left corporate America to start a business to train warriors in a modern day society. I didn't even know where I was heading. I just got guided. These are ideas that I had, right? In the beginning of this year, I was like, there's a quantum financial system coming. And I knew the banking system, and I knew it was running on archaic rails, so I started to connect the dots. And lo and behold, because we understood the game and we couldn't be played, yesterday people made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Some in the six figures. Group, well over six figures in one day. Because we moved ourselves from it by meditation, breathing, fasting, which creates clarity of mind, which allows you to open up your mind and awareness and see clearly of what's actually happening versus just following the narrative and them telling you what's happening. And so now where we're heading, warriors, is a new reality. A reality, right? A new reality that's going to try to shape and mold the construct of your reality. And if you don't take control of that, you're just going to be managed like a puppet, 100%, straight up. Some of you are being managed like a puppet right now. Michigan just got called for Biden. People are going to be freaking out. There's going to be a group of people that are really happy. There's going to be a group of people that are freaking out. They're programmed to think that the left is right, the right is right, the up and down, left and right. What is right? What is right is what you believe, warrior. What is right is what you adopt. What is happening in the physical construct of the reality is every single thought and decision that you've made up until this point. From generation after generation after generation, there's been preemptive programming that has become your subconscious mind and your actual reality. And here's the power behind it, is that you actually have the ability to change it right now. In this moment, you can start to think differently. In this moment, you can go down a whole different rabbit hole. You can start studying the subconscious mind and how unbelievably powerful it is. And how you as a warrior can live in this modern day society. Kev's taught me that. I can live in this society and create balance. They chopped down the tree in front of our office that Kev would hug every single morning and connect with. He didn't freak out about it. He took a piece of it, he planted it, and then he moved down to the next tree. He didn't go out there and riot and protest for them to take down the tree. He moved to the next tree.
I'm chaining myself to the tree. Don't take my tree.
Hell no, we won't go. But what he did is kept a positive attitude about it. And he said, I'll go hug the tree down the road. And he brought up a good point. That tree could have been made to build somebody a chair. Or that could be used paper to write the next great book. Or that could be used to build a home for somebody. It could be used for kindling for somebody's fire to keep them warm. We live in an ecosystem, guys. Humans don't seem to figure it out. We start as these beautiful spiritual beings. Then we go into this human experience. We develop an ego. And the ego becomes greedy. And the greed becomes power. And the power becomes control. And we follow this vicious cycle over and over again. And some people figure it out. The uncommon 1% figure it out. And you can live what's called heaven on earth. That's how I feel like I'm living. I've had these brief moments the last 6 months of these really euphoric feelings that I can't explain. One of the ones I explained when I was sitting on my second step of my parents' pool and my kids were in, and I got this feeling of like God and love just all over my body. I was like, I'd never felt anything like that in my life. And it happened again, ironically, while I was coming back from Vegas. I was like, just felt this love of God and just pure peace and like, wow. Life is really, really, really good. It doesn't matter if you have VR goggles on. It doesn't matter if you're riding in a spaceship. You are the paradigm. So I just want to share with you guys something, and I want you to try something this Thanksgiving. When you go sit with your family, just listen. Just listen. You're going to hear the preemptive programming that's been developed into your family's generation after generation after generation. Listen to the conversations. You will hear some powerful preemptive programming that you have adopted, that you respond to, that triggers you, that has created your physical reality. Listen. Don't speak. Listen. Respond appropriately based on what they say. Don't try to prove anybody wrong. Don't try to change their preemptive programming. Just listen to see what has been developed into your mind over the last 44, 30 years, 20 years. And you'll see where your future's headed if you adopt that preemptive programming. Maybe your family's freaking doing awesome. Great. Then you'll see you'll probably see generation after generation. That's why often rich parents have rich kids and poor parents have poor kids. Not always a perfect math, but it's almost a 1-to-1 ratio. Parents that live in a very tough neighborhood, usually the kids end up living in a very tough neighborhood because they think that's the parent. They put in a box, just like an ant. If you draw a circle around an ant, go find an ant and draw a black circle around an ant and just watch what happens. The ant will not leave the black circle even though there is nothing raised to stop it. It thinks that black circle is its paradigm. So are you stronger than an ant? Are you more intelligent than an ant? If you are, then let's act like it, warriors. Let's activate. That's all I got.
This is because I've mentioned this a lot, and this helps to more hone in on it. But it's in everything. It's in the music. It's in the videos. It's in the TV shows, the movies, programming, agendas, leading you towards something, making you think something. It's a scripture that says the lamp of the body is the eye. So it's like, that's really, really deep, but I'm gonna bring it really surface level. So let's just say that they're talking about your regular eyes, right? And that's the lamp of the body. So it's like, what are you doing to feed that the brightness? If you're looking at something that could be considered dark, you're gonna be pretty dark inside. That's literally as easy as it can get. Okay, if you're sitting here and you're watching a bunch of reality, people fighting, negative stuff, the riots on TikTok, the fights about people wearing dresses or not, if you're sitting there watching that, you are being programmed to act just like that. And you can literally sit here and say no. You could totally sit here and be like, no, it doesn't bother me. Let me ask you this. If you're an avid scary movie watcher, do you feel anxiety in large groups? Do you go into dark places and feel secure? I can totally walk anywhere and not feel anything because I don't pay attention to that type of stuff. It forces your mind to get this weird thought process because the way that this is set up is it's set up to open you up as soon as you start watching something. There's some kind of title sequence and it's set up so that once the show starts, they know they got you. They're programming you right now. As soon as the show starts, the music comes on and then it leads into this thing and you see the city from the top view and you're like, whoa. And it's like, boom, 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 boom. And then people start talking. And it's like, that's literally, I do this. That's literally, it's a hypnosis process that they do in every single show and movie or everything. I know how it goes because I make videos all the time. That's literally what it is. You're supposed to create this opening sequence that leads the person in so that they'll be more apt to watch the rest of the program of whatever it is. So that's why it's so incredibly important to try and not watch that goofy stuff because it is going to affect you. Like Jay just said, I don't care how strong you feel like you are. I remove because I don't care how strong, how uncanny, how super powered I feel like I am. If I continuously watch that stuff every day, it is going to get me. It is going to affect me. No matter how powerful I believe I truly am. I cannot sit there and watch that stuff over and over and over again and act like I'm not going to be affected. It's a total lie. It's a total lie. So it's very important what you're watching and what you're allowing your program, what you're allowing yourself to be programmed to, because that's what they're doing. I mean, they're leading us down this technological path through the movies and through the shows and through the commercials and all of that stuff. Even why are the Super Bowl? Why do they talk about the commercial? Oh, what commercial's coming out? Like, what's the point? It's a commercial. It's a commercial for a product that they want you to buy, and everybody always trips over it. So it's like, really, really, really think about that preemptive programming. That's such a important thing because whatever you're continuously watching, it is molding your life. 100%.
The Super Bowl thing's a powerful thing you talked about. Why do you think it costs so much to have a Super Bowl commercial? Because they got a bunch of sheeple just watching, man. Just watching like this. Literally not moving their eyes off the TV. Only thing they're focused on, they're like, we got it, man. If we could, that's why they charge millions and millions and millions of dollars for a Super Bowl commercial. Because they know they got everybody just staring at it. People are like, JV, why don't you watch sports? JV, why don't you watch sports? Because we don't have time. Let me share with you the activities that we do is we create our own preemptive program. We constantly control what goes into our minds. We don't consume social media. We project social media. It's not that we don't look at stuff. Sometimes we get caught up in it. We consume positive things, mindset, and it's a program that we developed where, for example, the I Am Money Magnet. Many of you guys who are in our Warrior program, I share the exact subconscious mind program I do in wealth. Do you realize that's the reason why my portfolio is set up the way it is? I didn't even know what the video said because I fall asleep within 15 minutes. It plays all night while I'm sleeping. Every single thing in the I Am Money Magnet has come true. It said in the video, we've been doing this for a year and a half. A year and a half. It said you're going to be teaching people about economics. Not it said like finances, and I'm like, we didn't even have my economic perspective in the program up until just recently. And I finally started listening to the video because I fall asleep while it's on and it goes into my subconscious mind. I listen to the whole video, everything has happened. Because I'm preemptive programming myself before I wake up. And because of that, people made thousands and thousands, well over 6 figures yesterday, people in our group made, combined. Some people made 6 figures yesterday. All over the world. Because we didn't listen to the narrative. We created our own program. We didn't listen to the elite saying that cryptocurrency is a fraud as they're buying cryptocurrency. Did you know PayPal just bought up 70% of the supply of Bitcoin? Do you know what that means, warriors? You are missing the biggest shift in generational wealth. They're gobbling it up like Pac-Man, making it more and more scarce. You know what that means for people who didn't have the preemptive programming and made their own programming? That the biggest shift in generational wealth is happening right now in history. Do you know where we're going next? Singularity Net. We're going to be investing in the future, bringing the money back to the people. We're looking at the news now, listening to their words and investing in their words, watching their actions. Quantum financial system, the Great Reset, even playing field, the Internet of Things. The elites keep saying it over and over. They're like preemptive programming. So we hear what they're saying. We're like, oh, we got you. Okay, we hear you. We saw the movie you just put out. Kev's the future. I'm the history. We saw the movie you just put out. We saw that you put Messiah, or he saw that you put Messiah on Netflix and you took it off because it was waking the people up. Story of Jesus in a modern day society, right?
Yeah.
Waking people up. Let's take that off Netflix. People are becoming a little too woke. It's a little too realistic. It's a little too where it's supposed to be. So, any questions, guys? Heaven on earth. All right, warriors. Cool. Salute you. We love you guys a lot. XRP, Forever Street. Heck yeah, man. XRP. Let's take a look at the market right now, guys. Let's do it together. Let's take a look at what's happening in our society. So, you know how many people told me this stuff is a fraud? Boom. All right, where are we at? Holy cow.
Jumping, man.
So Bitcoin right now, let's do a little chart analysis, is at $19,400 heading back to its all-time high. And when Bitcoin breaks its all-time high, it's going to be absolute mayhem. XRP is at 65 cents. We were purchasing it at 17 cents, 22 cents, 25 cents, 33 cents. So imagine the gains. Warriors. Listen to words. I need to buy more. I know we're all like, let's go drive Uber. Let's go out there. And here's the thing too, warriors. Those of you who are listening to this maybe in the future, is don't ever act like you don't have the opportunity to invest, or don't act like you don't have the opportunity. You have plenty of time to cut out social media, to cut out Netflix, to cut out the hanging out with your buddies playing poker, to going out to wine night with your girlfriends. Cut it out for 6 months. Go do Instacart. There's a group of people I know, John's mom, Lynette, she was telling me, she's been going hard on this. She's been doing Instacart, getting extra money, $100 a week to invest. Guys, there's money everywhere. You're just choosing not to accept it. Go get that extra money, invest it, be smart. And remember, the rules to investing, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And always do your own research. Do your own research, warriors. Do you think it's still going to? Absolutely. Well, there's going to be a retracement. Absolutely. It's retracing back. It went up to 76 yesterday, 76 cents. It's going to be, I don't know, there's two schools of people that's saying it's just going to keep on going. One of the most powerful people I like, my favorite is Blockchain Backer, and DIY investing. Do it yourself. Do it DIY or DYI. DIY. Those are my two. DIY investing, and then Blockchain Backer. Those are two people I trust. And then the Bit Boy. He's more like us. He's more like what we call common sense investing, like looking at what's happening in society, looking at coins that are coming up. But those two are great at technical analysis, would be the Blockchain Backer. The Blockchain Backer says it is on its full bull run, and then DIY investing says there will be a retracement. So you're going to get two schools of thought, right? It is retracing. It went up to 76 cents yesterday. Let me take a look. I think it went up to 76 while we were sleeping, and it's dropped about 10 cents. Yeah, it hit 70. Damn, it hit 76 cents last night. Holy cow. And now it's down to about 64 cents. So I would say anything under. So, okay, here's what I would do. If I don't have any, I'd start accumulating now. If you're heavily invested, like, for example, I have money on the sideline waiting to invest. I'm going to wait till it retraces. So if you're invested already, wait till it comes down. If you're not invested, you need to start. I'm not a financial advisor. I would start accumulating if I had none, because it's just going to go up from here worse. It's going to go up. So you're playing with fire. If you're waiting for 5 cents or 2 cents or things like that, you're going to miss the boat. I sold a bit at 76. Nice. There you go. Perfect. Yep. And that's still like what Jose said here. Basically, let me share with you guys what I did. I'll share with you guys personally what I did. So we got shut down by the CDC and the because of our Warrior Academy in person. And so we lost 70% of revenue. We went to the point where we weren't getting paid, right? And so I was already a little bit in it, and I was like, okay, let's go all in. So I started flipping vacuums, and I started putting just every bit of money I had into it. Every dime I got, I put into it. I was living off $100 a week. I have 2 kids, and I invested. And what I did was I sold high, I bought low. I sold high, I bought low. 10 grand turned into boom, this, and boom, 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 boom. It has quadrupled. Now we're set up. Well, it's more than that, actually. We're set up for generational wealth. I'm not saying that to brag, but that's how quickly it can happen right now. This won't happen again in history, guys. This type of bull run or this type of transition of wealth will never happen again in history, in our history. It might happen when there's a new asset class, 200 years from now. But there hasn't been a new asset class since the 1600s. Every government issued currency has crashed to zero in society. Every government issued currency. You guys are going through history right now. I hope you know that. You are going to be written in history books. You're either going to be the warrior or the warrior. There's going to be 2 classes of people. The people who follow the narrative or people who became the narrative. People who changed the world or people who adopted the world. Those are the types of people who are going to be written in history books. We plan on being legendary and helping millions and millions of people all over the world. So if you do want to join a Warrior Academy, you can click down below. You can join a Warrior Academy right now. Yes, Mark, I feel there will be a retracement. The reason why is because so the things you need to look out for is Bitcoin dominance. So right now, Bitcoin's going up. So money's flooding. So that means money's going into Bitcoin, right? Money's coming into the market. So Bitcoin's going up. When you look at Bitcoin dominance, so Bitcoin can be going up. And then if Bitcoin dominance starts going down, that means people like me, like yesterday, I took profits. I probably should have waited till today, but here nor there, right? I took profits from my Bitcoin. And I went into altcoins. So what happens is the smart money, what they'll do is when Bitcoin's going up, when you see dominance going down, they're different. The Bitcoin price and dominance are different. When Bitcoin dominance is going down, that means people are taking from their profits and going into altcoins so they can hit the pump, because when Bitcoin goes parabolic, the altcoins go, whoo. Altcoins are, so to explain, Bitcoin is like the store of value. Bitcoin's a coin. And then everything else is called an altcoin, right? Then you have your stable coins, which are attached to like a currency, I believe, if I got that right. And then you have altcoins, which are utility, right? XRP is a cross-border payments at the speed of light. VeChain is my favorite. My favorite is VeChain. That is supply chain, fraud prevention, tracking, all kinds of really, 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 really cool stuff. And they are literally set up for the quant. They're with Amazon, and Amazon just announced pharmaceuticals. Biggest investment you can make in yourself. Absolutely, guys. You are a warrior. Thank you. Let's see. Do you think it will be? Okay, I sold a bit. Questions? Tell them, coach. Awesome. We appreciate you guys. If you want to join the Warrior Academy or join our private Facebook group, we go live every single day, Monday through Friday. We do this show every Tuesday, Thursday. If you don't want to join the Warrior Academy, then piece it together yourself. We do hundreds and hundreds of videos. But I'm sure that's why we're not afraid to give out all the information, because I don't think somebody's going to go out there and be able to piece everything together and how we train our warriors. Because in order to become a warrior in a modern day society, you have to be very, very patterned. You have to follow the same patterns every single day and do the boring things consistently. If you can't learn to do the boring things consistently, you'll never become a warrior in a modern day society. You'll be like a leaf in the wind. You'll be like, the next thing comes. You got to be like, when the next thing comes, you got to lock in and go, okay, what are the intentions of this next thing? Why is this person in my life? What is their intentions? Why is this person selling me this narrative so hard? Why are we selling you this narrative so hard? This is preemptive programming. We're doing the exact same thing. We're telling you what we're doing. We're not trying to manipulate you. I'm trying to preemptive program you to the future. And you're going to go, oh, shit, they were right. Oh, my God. Or you'll just kind of go along with that. So, let's see. Squirrel. I love it. Join the academy. Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we made a month-to-month program. So usually the warriors that went into private academy, it was private coaching, very, very high ticket. You get access to them too, who have gone through the academy, which is the coolest part. And so we made it month to month. You can go self-paced through it. You go through the mindset coaching. You get your nutrition plan done for you. You can work out. You work out with Kevin and I live on a daily basis. We go live. It's not some canned workout. There's one in the app, but you work out live with us daily. And you get to look over our shoulders. We've invested in the new quantum financial system. I'm not a financial advisor. None of it's financial advice, but I just did a portfolio update. I send it to the warriors. I'm like, here's what's in my portfolio. Here you go. I'm not hiding anything. So if I lose all my money, you know I lose all my money. It's right there. Like, I'm not like, hey guys, so actually this is the one I want you to ask. Go to your financial advisor and say, let me see your portfolio. Go do it. Go to your bank and say to your financial advisor and say, I want to see your portfolio. I want to see if it looks exactly, it should ideally look exactly like yours. Because shouldn't they be investing exactly like they would invest their own money? Right? That's the way I look at it. So, I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm like, here you go. Here's what I'm doing. Here's how I made thousands of dollars in one day. So, you know what got me into the academy? The video you did on TikTok saying Bitcoin was a scam. For some reason, I thought to myself, I need to check this out. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's good feedback too, because I wonder which videos hit, because, you know, it's weird. It sucks because you have to, that's what's, you know, what's beautiful about this, Mark. Thank you. Is that, isn't it sad that I have to piss people off to get people to watch videos? You have to do what's called clickbait. I hate it, but I have to play the game, warriors. So I said, Bitcoin's a scam. People went off. They didn't even watch the video. They're like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. I'm like, watch the video. You're proving my point. Watch the video. Watch the video. And then the warriors went from TikTok to the video, and a lot of them came into the academy. And so it's about, you know, because I can take the hate comments, because it's just like, people don't do their research. They hear the tagline, they're like, screw you. And I'm like, you didn't even watch the video, man. I'm on your side. We're saying the same exact thing. So it's powerful, guys. Always read the fine print. Always read the fine print. Love you guys. It's Jake from State Farm. I love these names, man. Right. We were getting popular. We got Jake from State Farm. We had Justin Bieber. This is so cool, man. Love you guys a lot. All right, guys. Not a lot of questions today. That's okay. Probably a lot of people on vacation. But do that. When you go to the holidays, just listen, guys. Just listen for the narrative you've been taught. Because the conversations will be the narrative in your family. You'll be like, okay, see if they're really uplifting conversations. See if there's prosperity, love, light, or if it's a ton of negativity, anger, talking about their ailments. You will see how you've been programmed since you were a young child. And you'll understand that's in you. And you have to break free from that, warriors. If it's not benefiting, you have to break free. How to improve testosterone. How to improve testosterone during your winter. Well, the only way to really raise testosterone, so to raise growth hormone, fasting. So when your insulin levels are low, your growth hormone goes up. To raise testosterone, the only way to raise your testosterone naturally is through fats. Fats are hormone regulation. So let me explain the difference. So growth hormone is growth hormone, right? Testosterone is different. When you lower insulin levels, you can raise growth hormone. So fasting protocols are very powerful. So growth hormones is muscle building as well, also healing. But testosterone is going to take fats, because carbohydrates are energy, right? Fats, like egg yolks, people avoid egg yolks. Egg yolks aren't bad for you. Egg yolks, it's when you mix it with you get high cholesterol, not from fats. You get it from mixing sugar and fat. It's sugar that's the the demonic part of it. Sugar is the one making us sick. Sugar is the one giving you diabetes. Sugar is the one giving you high cholesterol. So do a high fatty diet. So what I would recommend is fasting till noon, having a really high fatty lunch, okay, like some avocados, get some olive oil, some fatty chicken, things like that. I'm vegan, so I wouldn't eat that. Maybe some tofu. And then on the back end of the day, so do another high fatty meal. And then on the back end of the day, eat a ton of carbohydrates before bed. What? Why would you eat carbohydrates before bed? Because your body's insulin resistant. It's going to suck all those carbohydrates into your system. It's going to create an insulin response. And then you train in the morning. Then you're going to be pushing all that fuel into your muscle stores, and then you fast again. Insulin goes low, growth hormone goes up, bring the fats in, testosterone goes up. So it's hard to raise your testosterone naturally. If you are over 35, I recommend going to a hormone clinic. I do hormone therapy because, well, I have to do hormone therapy. Actually, I'm a big advocate of not taking steroids because I destroyed my body so bad, if you know my story, by taking steroids at a very young age. My body does not produce testosterone. So I have to be on testosterone therapy the rest of my life. And it's going to cost me a lot of money because of the stupid things I did to look good. So I'm listening to this Thanksgiving. XRP hit 93 cents last night. Holy cow.
Wow.
I thought I got to 76. That's freaking awesome, man. I should stay up all night, man. All right, Warriors. Love you guys. Anything else? Appreciate you. We'll talk to you guys. We're going to go on global.
Yeah, next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So
we won't be on.
We'll see you Tuesday.
We will see you Tuesday. Love you guys.